We had an early monarch butterfly visiting our garden for several days. Didn't think much of it, although I was pretty excited about it. And then yesterday, my husband found monarch caterpillars on our butterfly weed. So I'm so excited. Let me show you these little babies. So from a distance, you might be thinking, what caterpillars? Well, they are very small. Some of these really, really small. Look at this. Oh my goodness, they're just so tiny. Next to the little tiny one is another one that's a little bit bigger. Here's my orange butterfly weed. This is actually a seedling from one that I had planted across on the other side of these rocks, and it is loving this spot. I had a gorgeous butterfly weed in this spot here, and my husband came out and removed it yesterday. Part of the plant had some weird looking growth on it, almost like a witch's broom type look to it. That typically means there's some kind of disease. So I waited a little bit. It continued. It also had some off coloring, some yellowing going on. So my husband suspected that it was the milkweed yellows. I don't know a whole lot about it. This is my first time experiencing it in the garden. We figured if there was any risk at all that this was milkweed yellows, we needed to remove the plant in order to prevent spread to our other milkweeds. Here's what I picked up at my local nursery yesterday. They did not have the same variety of my butterfly weed. I ended up with two varieties of swamp milkweed. I've not grown swamp milkweed before, so I'm excited to try these. I got 3 of the Cinderella and then 1 white variety. This one is called Ice Ballet. So they all pretty much look the same here right now. They're pretty big, so I'm excited about that. This should provide enough food for the little caterpillars that we have right now. I just couldn't resist this plant. Look at these flowers. Aren't those so pretty? This is the Decadence Blueberry Sundae. 36 inches. Let's look at the back here. Yeah, 36 inches tall. So that's not too big. Some Baptisias can get huge. So I think this is going to be gorgeous. I have a lot of tough areas on my slope, so I plan to put those 2 up there. Let's go ahead and get these in the ground. I'm going to go ahead and plant the swamp milkweed Cinderella, the pink variety, here in this spot, and then I have 2 more that I will plant in another location, and we'll see which spot the plant prefers. On the other side of our lawn is the slope garden, and this area I just started planting this spring with some annuals and perennials. I'm trying to fill in this spot with a little more color. From right to left, I do have a dahlia species with dark foliage that has come back for years. It gets dark pink flowers during the summertime, and below it I planted a little drift of pink bitans. These are supposed to trail a little bit. I've never planted this particular variety before. I'll put the name on the screen, but I just thought that these flowers were just beautiful. So there's a little drift of those, along with some Nepeta from Proven Winners. I've also not grown this variety before, but I'm really impressed so far. They have not missed a beat. They have loved the drier conditions this spring with low humidity, so those are doing wonderfully. And then I also planted a few supertunias. This is a gorgeous light pink variety. Has a little bit more of those cooler tones to it. There are a few coneflowers in here, but they have not grown a whole lot yet this season, so I'm not sure if they're really loving this spot. It might be too wet. Here I do have some of the mini Vista whites, and also a clump of a pink Salvia gregae. So there's about 3 of them. I have 3 of them in this spot, and then there's a red one right here behind it. So my plan is to add the other 2 swamp milkweeds to this spot here, and I might even take out one of the echinaceas and move it since I'm not sure it's very happy here. So I will take care of that after we put the other milkweeds in the ground. This soil is a little sandy, so it does have good drainage. You can see that my red clay is not really clumping. It just kind of falls right out of your hands here, has that sandy texture to it. So it's not really hard to work with up here by the house. I do recommend gloves when handling milkweed. If I were to get sap on my hands, it would cause irritation. This soil has not been amended, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of compost. Our home came with an in-ground sprinkler system for the lawn, but I don't have drip irrigation in my bed. So I'll just water these new plants in really well, and then I will keep an eye on them the next few weeks. I've been thinking about where to plant my Baptisia, and I landed on this spot here where I lost a small barberry. I think this will be a really great location. It's a really tough spot. Pretty sure I lost this plant because it got too dry. So I think the Baptisia is a perfect option for this location as a deep taproot, and it doesn't need any maintenance through the growing season. So I think the purple variety will pair nicely with my 2 lemon meringue Baptisias that I have planted here and here. So that'll be kind of a nice pop of color up here on the slope. It's pretty interesting. These 2 are the same variety, the lemon meringue by Proven Winners, and this one is well ahead of the other one. This one is just gorgeous this year. I've had these in the ground for several years now, and I bought these initially. They looked pretty puny in their pots. They didn't have a whole lot of branching, but over the last several years, they've just continued to get bigger, better, fuller, and I just love this variety. The color really pops from a distance, and I can see this from my back porch. It's just gorgeous. This is probably my favorite one so far, and it's just a beautiful plant. Again, this is the lemon meringue Baptisia by Proven Winners.